Fanatics, Las Vegas Free Journal. Bruce, what did you like most about that start?
Well, we finished plays, right? So you get in lead on the road, it always makes it a little bit easier to relax and play, not to chase the game. We've been doing a lot of that successfully, but it's not the formula they want every night. So, but I like the way the Will scored and Marsh. They were puck management. We play behind them. We forecheck. We create turnovers. Now we play in the O-zone puck possession. We've talked about that being a big part of our game in the playoffs. So we feel we're doing something to put pressure on them. It wasn't just luck or, we get a fortunate break. We did it by playing the way we want to play. So that's the encouraging part.
Stay on the left.
Jesse Granger at The Athletic. You played 2 really close games up in Vegas, and early on they seemed very frustrated. I'm just wondering, from your vantage point, do you think there's anything you and your guys are doing to cause that frustration?
Yeah, I can't speak to their state of mind, but I do know what we're doing is we're making it hard for them to get inside, work for their chances. I think we're playing with good discipline. We're staying out of the box for the most part, very similar to what we did all season. So, that could be the situation for them. Only they can say that, but that's how we want to play. We got a big D-core. Our style of play is to protect the middle of the ice. So we're playing how we've played all year when we're not always on top of our game, but how we want to play is the players are receptive to that and have been, and they're trying to play that way. And as a result, we're not giving up a lot. There's some shots, of course, and they're going to get to the net. They're good at outsticking you there, and we have to make sure we box out. We all the things we talked about, but I think we're making it hard for them to get there, and we're not giving up the odd man rush. I think we've been pretty good at managing the puck and not, turning it over and them having numbers. And we're forcing their D to work through some checks or angles to join the rush. So that part of the game we're trying to neutralize as much as possible and make sure we take care of business in front of our net.
In the middle.
Dan Rosen, NHL.com. Bruce, a lot of times when a play like that happens, Jamie Benn on Mark Stone, where a team sees its captain, get hit like that, cross-check like that, the discipline can flip. The undiscipline, I should say, could flip, and you could lose it a little bit, retaliate. You guys didn't. What does that say about your team to not retaliate?
It's been pretty much our team all year, and emotions run a lot higher in the playoffs, so you have to keep them in check. And we took a couple penalties the other day in the second period and we had to get back on track. And if we had kept accumulating those penalties, I think we would have took ourselves out of the game. But we didn't. We talked about that. We kept it 2-1. We got ourselves, our head space, back together. And playoff hockey, you got to take some whacks here and there. Now, Stoney that's a little different, than taking a clean check or blocking a shot and all those other things. But, listen, we're upset when we see that. He's our captain. But at the end of the day, they make a call that gives us a chance. I don't know what word I want to use, to make them pay for that penalty. And we did with 1 goal anyway, so we double our lead. So the guys look at that as, okay, we'll try to take a number, be hard against their skill, but just do it and do it the right way. So that's been our mindset all along. The Edmonton series got a little bit more nasty than maybe we've seen, but we dealt with that, dealt with the fallout, moved on, and we're going to keep trying to play hard between the whistles. And that's what we did, I thought, tonight. We had a good mindset that way. And credit to the guys for having the discipline to do that, because you can see not everyone does that. And that game gets away from a little bit probably because of that. Again, and what goes unnoticed in there is the save by Aiden Hill on the shorthanded 2-on-1 on Delandria, right? Like, you look at a 4-0 game, we come down and score. That 15 seconds of hockey has a huge impact in the game. So that's where Hilly deserves credit too for making that big save for us, and then us finishing at the other end.
Right side, second row.
Greg Wyshynski, ESPN. You've been in this league for a long time. To have a match penalty that early in a critical game like this is a surprise. To have it come from another team's captain is maybe even a bigger surprise. What was your reaction to the Jamie Benn of it all? Yeah,
I don't know Jamie Benn personally in terms of coaching him, but he's a well-respected guy in this league. He plays hard every night, sticks up for his teammates. He does all those things. So, again, I'm not going to comment on why or what of it. We just have to react to it the right way, and I thought we did.
Right side, third row.
Ken Bolke, Min.Vegas. You only had 6 shots in the last 2 periods. I'm wondering, was your game plan kind of just to make sure you didn't let them get anything?
Our game plan was to win game 11 and get to game 12. And we got an early lead, so I think the shot clock didn't faze us whether we had enough or not. I think our power play could have generated more for sure to extend the lead, make it a little easier. We turned down some shots, but I do believe Dallas A, they limit your opportunities. They're a good defensive team that way. And we have a tendency to look for the better shot sometimes and overpass, and sometimes it results in goals, like the Marshy goal. Jack could have shot it, but he finds an outlet, so you got to let the players play in that regard. So, our attempts on net didn't hurt us tonight. I think we were really focused on playing the right way and make sure we limited their chances and take advantage of ours. And there's always stuff you can get better at, and that's one area I think we'll look at, but we're not going to overanalyze it, especially with the time and score situation.
We'll do 2 more questions up front.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Sun. Bruce, just an update on Brett Howden. He didn't play in the third period.
Yeah, lower body got aggravated, an injury there. He tried to play through it. Because he's trying to play through it, I don't believe it's anything overly serious, but tomorrow we'll have a better answer for you. But we decide to not push it.
Last question.
Ben Goats, Las Vegas Regional. Bruce, what did it mean to get Will Carrier in the fourth line on the board there too early?
Yeah, it's good for Will. I think everyone in our lineup up front has scored a goal now, so you always feel better about that. This game's coming around. He's attacking more. I saw it more in game 2. There were some wide drives of his that he didn't get to the net, but he got it low to high, and he just pushed the D back, right? And that's Will's game. Push the D back with speed. Sometimes he'll get to the interior for a shot on goal, or in the air. He seemed to get a breakaway every night. Now he's getting some looks at the net. I think he had one in the second period the other night off the half wall. He stepped in, made the guy Andre made a real good save on him. But so he's around the front of the net more and more involved in the game. And I think anytime you're a forward and you get rewarded, I just think mentally it's a bit of a relief. He's not expected to lead our team by any means in goals, but he wants to pitch in, and I think it's good. And Teddy did it the other night. Coley did it early. So I think the guys are happy to, like I said, at least feel that they're doing their part offensively. Because he always does everything well for us. He's a good energy guy, and he finishes his check. Good, great teammate, so good to see him score.